1. 8-2. FU looking good at the opening part of this set. You see Majorie Ross there in uniform, which is always a good sign.
That's right. That you know
she's not playing though.
Well,
but,
even if you know that she's not playing, but just the fact that you're suited up really gives out and more support to the team.
A good positive vibe for the team and for herself to know that she can walk around.
And plus anytime I think if needed, if that's what was mga chismis diba? If needed, she might be able to play as well.
So it's 8-2. That is our score. Let's go back to Trishka Echeverri. She was explaining the difference between the MCL and the ACL. Go ahead, Trishka.
Yes, thank you, Boom. Earlier I was talking about how much more thankful we should be that Major is only suffering from an MCL injury. As I was saying earlier, this is better news because an anterior cruciate ligament tear is much more serious, as the ACL can be found in the very innermost part of the knee and recovery requires surgery. The medial collateral ligament, on the other hand, can be found inside the knee as well, pero hindi kasing lalim, and so not all MCL injuries would require surgery. That is the case for Majorie. She can recover with consistent therapy. She's even suited up to play should Coach Ness really need her services, as this is a very crucial game. Coach is hoping that won't be necessary, however. Samantha Dawson, who's taking Majorie's place, was really put to work in practice, given more drills to prepare her for today. Sam knows she's got big shoes to fill. She's expected to contribute mostly on defense and blocking. Boom and Ivy.
Excellent report. Thank you very much, Trishka. So that clears it all up. Part of the reaction kasi of the people who were watching that game. Ivy, you saw that game also on TV, and I think her crying, her the kind of pain she felt was also partly emotional because you've been injured before, you know how it is, and if it's in the same spot, you kind of look back at your injury before, and you always, as a young player, somehow you always think of the worst case scenario right away.
That's
Ito na naman, tuhod na naman.
That's right. And it's not always the pain.
Yes.
It's not what you feel, the physical pain that you feel at the moment. But I have to agree with you because I have been injured before, and the first thing that really came to mind is not the pain I feel in my knee, but the fact that I might be pulled out of the game.
And in a game like that,
where
she was doing so well, the team was on a comeback trail also. That was only the beginning of the third set.
Yes.
And the second set, they almost had Ateneo. They kind of felt that they had them and they got their number and they were coming back. She individually is playing so well. So I agree with you. In retrospect, partly she was in despair on the floor because she's thinking, she knows there was pain and she knows, naku, mukhang hindi na ako makakabalik, at least for this game.
Well, that is for a true athlete,
Correct.
But I think in general, that's basically what it comes to mind to most athletes, especially those who are really dedicated to their craft.
That's right. Very young Majorie Ross, and we always say, say a prayer for her that it's not as bad as it was, or it looks, and that she will recover well, and that's what happened. So I guess everybody, all the FEU fans and the UAP volleyball community who pulled together and said a little prayer for Majorie, made it happen. That it's not as bad as it is, and regardless of whether she can come back and play at all, Ivy, it's just good to see her walk around.
That's right.
Period.
That's the most important thing.
Yep.
So that's the biggest positive sign that we have, seeing her walk and suited up.
Kasi mahaba pa ang career niya dito And knowing Coach Ness, he also thinks about it that way, so he doesn't want to put her in prejudice by forcing her to play, even in desperation, especially with the lead right now. UE is behind 5, serving 10. Agno was done an incredible job for FEU. One of the reasons why FEU is just one heck of a defensive team is because of Christine Agno, who is the best digger of the league.
That's right. I have to agree. And for me, I'm really one of those kind of defense-oriented persons. I really feel how important it is that you have a very good and solid reception or defense at the floor. Because everything else will follow. You will never be able to maximize the strength of all your attackers if you don't have the basics.
Correct. And FEU Coach Ness in particular has always been known in terms of floor defense, even his old FEU teams. That's a great hit, but a great save. Unable to complete it though. were the UE Lady Warriors, Kais.
12-6.
On your screens,
Rosemary
the
Vargas.
libero
serve
of
for
FEU.
the
That's
Lady
Bulan
Tamaraos.
also, whom you saw, who has also had a great year for Coach Delestan. How this girl FEU player on the top 10 of scoring, but she is at number 1. She's the only FEU player, but she is at number 1 in scoring. That was, of course, Rosemary Vargas.
Server Vargas.
And she has definitely stepped up a lot for the Lady Tamaraos. You know, with the exits of all those more senior and veterans players.
Correct. And we're just looking at her potential pa lang. That's a good thing. Hilario. And a free ball for UE here. They go back line. They've been practicing that lately towards the latter part of the first round. Rosali readjusts. Longest rally of the match. Here comes Basas. Great save. You see, this is what Coach Boy Delestan has done to this team. They just seem to have more effort and energy and desire to play. Kahit na in rallies that they lose.
Then you can see the girls really scrambling all
Yes.
around the court just to make sure that to keep the ball alive.
Coach Boy simply was a shot in the arm. They really needed, you know, an infusion of new ideas and a new mentor here as Vargas,
Too long.
known for her sheer power,
7.
sails that one out.
Vargas, number 6 best server here in the league.
Mary Grace.
Of course, the only FEU member also to be able to make it to the best server.
What a season for her.
Yes.
And for a fan, maybe you want to see her in the Final Four, right? For the volleyball fans who have come to really like her, especially, I think she won a lot of fans in that Ateneo FEU match.
I would
Ivy.
say so because she really did, you know, impress me a lot as well in the performance. Free ball from UE.
See, goes to Basas. Basas puts a little extra on that wallop. You saw it.
15.
And my scores the point 15-7.
We can see UE struggling a little bit with the reception.
Giselle serving for FEU.
It really, FEU is just a testament to, first of all, the recruitment of the school, and secondly, the coaching of Coach Nespa Millar. 16-7 now, FEU way ahead here in the first.